Alright, so we are doing a review on the Nerf Rebel Mini Mischief from Hasbro, which is exciting. It's another one of these Rebel line blasters, which means that we just kind of have to accept and deal with the sexist packaging. It's part of the Secrets and Spies, or S&S blaster line. It looks like it comes with a lanyard attachment, a tiny, almost microscopic handle. They're not even disguising that. This is a teenage girl who can only fit 2 fingers on this handle, so I don't know how I'm going to manage it. And it unfolds. This is very strange packaging. We have reveal your mischievous side with an unexpected surprise, perfect for stealth missions. Reveal your mischievous side with an unexpected surprise, perfect for stealth missions. How it works, how it works, how it works, how it works. Pull handle back, and it's just very redundant all over. It's like they wanted to fill all of the space, and it's just repetitive 4 times over and over. I want to say this is a manufacturing error because it's just very silly. Anyhow, the blaster is a Jolt style blaster. We've got this hook back here which will pull back and then catch and then fire. The blaster folds up to conceal it, which is adorable because I don't know what you're concealing your blaster as in this form. It doesn't look like lipstick or any sort of thing that you'd have hiding in your purse. It looks like a rectangle. So if you want to hide your obvious Nerf gun as an obvious Nerf gun rectangle, then go for it. Be a secret spy. But I am more concerned with the performance of the blaster itself. This lanyard is, there we go, lanyard's out. Comes with 2 Rebel darts in the packaging. Does not look like we are claiming any ranges on here, so I assume that they're going for elite style performance, but they'll fall flat because this is a tiny regular sized Jolt plunger tube. So pulling back there, the trigger is highly uncomfortable. It's actually got almost some ridges inside, which means that one of your knuckles fits into it, and as you pull it down, you're going to grip onto your finger in that way. That said, the trigger is functional, albeit not comfortable. Wow, nothing about this blaster is comfortable. These hollow points inside the handle are just really giving me a rough time, so I assume that pushing this button on either side lets you flip the blaster into rectangle mode. Alright. So I didn't actually read the instructions. I'm going to have to piece this together, but you can flip it back. That was actually very satisfying. That was a lot of fun. So however we go from one rectangle mode to the other, it's going to be pretty fascinating. It looks like this should slide through this in some fashion. Let's go back to the box. So to fold, we press button and fold open, load dart and fire. So how do we actually get the handle over here, which is where it looks like it's supposed to go? This is a very frustrating design. It doesn't rotate on an axis of any sort, and the handle doesn't come off as far as I can tell. Handle slides all the way back, and then we close it like that. Okay, so there we go. The handle has a sliding mechanism, which in my model is not very smooth at all. Alright, so lots of work required to get this thing to function. Again, could be just that I have an early release model, which is a very large possibility due to the nature of how I received this blaster. But that's how it functions. Not very secretive, I don't think, when it's in its spy mode, but I guess that's a little bit more comfortable if you wanted to like throw it on a backpack. Maybe people wouldn't know that this was a Nerf blaster, but if you're using it for humans versus zombies, people are going to be looking for Nerf blasters regardless. The blaster itself functions, like I said, with Jolt style internals. Now it could be excellent for modifications because this is an isolated unit complete with no catch, but similar to how the old Secret Strike blaster works, it has a valve connecting its plunger tube to its barrel. So without any more talking about the gimmick version, or the gimmick side of the blaster, let's fire it a few times. Performance is exactly as I expected. It's getting standard Jolt style performance, which is a-okay. This priming mechanism is not comfortable. I do not like the hook style. If my voice is doing anything funny, that's because I'm absolutely freezing out here. I did not expect it to be as cold as it is. Like I said, performance is about what I expect. Let's see if, whoops. If you ever have it primed and try to go to transform it, that is a no-go. It will chamber a dart inside while it's concealed, which I think is a very important feature. If it didn't, it wouldn't be very good for quickly locking it into place, priming and firing. I don't know if that's going to get you out of getting tagged, because it just doesn't seem that fast to me, but ranges are solid. Looks to be getting about 50 feet, which is what I would have expected from a Jolt style blaster, and the gimmick is not the worst. I was not expecting much from this blaster, and I think that it's pretty neat. It's got a lot of modification and integration applications. It's not a comfortable blaster by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think that it was designed with comfort in mind. It was definitely appealing to that kind of Transformers gimmick. So I've gone on and on about this blaster. If you think that this is a cool blaster, I'll throw a link down in the description box to an Amazon buy page if you want to pick one up of your very own. I personally think that this is a fine blaster. It's probably worth its price point if it's what you're looking for. I would rather have a Triad or a Double Down myself, but that's just me. As always, guys, thanks for watching. That's been my review of the Nerf Rebel Secrets and Spies Mini Mischief.